So today I'm going to talk about the behaviour modification principle of behaviour skills training. Now, behavioural skills training is a relatively simple technique to implement when you want to teach a whole behaviour. It is quite often used in situations where role play and modelling take place. For example, teaching children a fire drill or evacuation procedure, or preparing for an interview, or asking your boss the difficult question of a pay rise. BST can also be used in teaching sporting techniques, and that is where my experience and examples come from. Now, BST involves instructions, modelling, rehearsal and feedback. Now, in the instruction period, instructions need to be given very specific and clearly. The learner needs to be paying attention and should be able to repeat these instructions back. They're not to be too complicated or too easy. For example, if I was to say to an 8-year-old, I'm going to teach you shot put. Pick up the shot put and put it to your neck. Now that's not specific enough. The child may pick it up and stick it out here. I would need to be very specific and say, we pick it up with our fingertips, where in the neck to place it, and how to lift your elbow as well for correct position. Now, instructions should be given by someone who is credible to the learner also. And then we move on to modelling. Modelling can be live or it can be symbolic. Symbolic is in means of a video, which may be used in conjunction with live modelling, which is very helpful, I found, when teaching my daughter a different discus technique, was for her to watch a video to get a different angle of the technique as well as live in front of her. Now, modelling needs to be done with someone who is similar status or a higher status. If I had a 5-year-old throwing a shot put nicely and I was trying to teach 11-year-olds, I would probably be better off showing the 11-year-olds by a coach or maybe a 12-year-old who's breaking the shot put record than the 5-year-old. However, if that 5-year-old was very good, they'd be very credible with their own little group of 5- and 6-year-olds. So the modelling should be done by someone who is credible to the learner. It should be repeated enough times that the learner can grasp the behaviour, or at least partly grasp the correct behaviour. If it is too hard, then the behaviour should be simplified so that the learner can grasp the basics. Then we move on to rehearsal. Now, rehearsal should follow the modelling stage as soon as possible. And if possible, modelling and rehearsal and instruction should all take place in the proper context of where you want the desired behaviour to occur. If you're teaching children fire drills, it would be a very good idea to teach it from their classroom to the hallway you want them to go to and to the oval, rather than gathering everyone in the hall and saying this is what we will do. For little children, it would be much more effective to take them from their actual classroom, the exact route you wanted them to go to. Same as if I'm teaching children, say I was teaching a discus spin. If I wasn't in the circle, the throw circle, it would be very hard to judge your feet alignment and movements. You need that circle marked out. So modelling and rehearsal should try and take place in as specific a context or as close to the context where you want the desired behaviour to occur. This may be practicing an interview, questions with a friend, but sitting opposite a desk and dressing appropriately and answering exactly how you would. After rehearsal, feedback should be given. Now, praise should be given for correct behaviour or correct aspects of the behaviour. If nothing is right, then you may need to address whether the behaviour is too complicated, whether your learner was paying attention, or whether they are able to grasp it, but you just need to give feedback for effort if they haven't got the behaviour correct. Now, I've used behaviour skills training to teach children for the last 18 months or so shot put and discus. First off, I tell them exactly how we pick it up, where we put it in a group, and then model the behaviour. It will often, some children will need it repeated more than others, but behaviour skills training can be implemented in a variety of situations, and it's relatively easy and quick to do. Now, if someone is not able to imitate the modelling behaviour, you may be better off looking at something like chaining. However, behavioural skills training is a very handy tool to use in many situations. Thank you.